myself or my pet. Tossing some nasty direct damage at me. This was a mistake, not buffing going into this. Guess I'm gonna have to heal myself. Oh, and he blinds too, how wonderful. Alright folks, welcome back. We are here in the Tower of Frozen Shadow. And I immediately hate this place. I came in here the other night just for a little test run, and you spawn right here, you come to this little mirror thing. This is also the only exit, I'm pretty sure. You have to click this mirror to get out. And I just ran in here, ran through this little corridor here, and then all of a sudden you hit this floor. I don't want to do it right now because I don't want to aggro this mob that this guy's killing. But it's like, if you've ever been in like Lower Guck, where it's like icy, like I'm not moving right now. I stopped pressing my buttons and I'm just sliding. So I ran in here like full speed with Sao and just went right into this pit down there and aggroed 2 skeletons. So it's just, I love dungeons like this where they're just like right off the bat, they're like mess you up. It's like, fuck you, buddy. You come in here thinking you own the place? Yeah, we're gonna drop you in this pit with skeletons. So, yeah, I've never been here. Like, never, ever have I been in Tower of Frozen Shadow. And that just immediately made me fall in love with it. Plus, look at these specters. This frickin' model is sweet. Like, you thought the giant scythe was cool on the regular specters. Look at this axe this guy's wielding. It's just, yeah, this is it's a cool dungeon. Unfortunately, there's only 2 of these guys. There's one's there, one there on this floor, but you know, it's enough. It's enough for the effect when you get in here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so I wasn't really sure level-wise when I should come here, but I think this is about perfect. So like when I did a little test run, everything's blue to me, and I could pretty much kill everything with no problem. And again, I always have to caveat, like, I'm twinked out with a fungi tunic. You know, probably the best weapon I can get for my level range right now. Like, yes, I know when I say I just own everything, like, that's not everyone's situation. So, I just like to throw that caveat out there. I'm not trying to, like, be a dick, but, you know, just, if you're looking at this as an option to come and check out, like, probably bump yourself up like 3 or 4 levels if you're not twinked out, just because I think then that gives you a little bit better idea of like what level the content is. But I'm 34, or what am I? I'm 35 now. I'm 35, and I think you could probably come here like 33 and do okay. Even better if you have a group. That's probably the way to go, honestly, because a lot of these pulls are, you saw like 3 skeletons aggroed me. Like, that's a lot of the pulls. It's not single pulls most of the time. I mean, heck, it's a dungeon. That's the way it goes. But, yeah, it was really nice. Everything's really packed together, which was also nice because of the fungi staff has now been activated. So I talked about that in my last video. That's an instant click regrowth, so it adds regrowth on top of my fungi tunic. So I'm regenerating 30 hit points per tick, plus my regular regen, whatever that is for troll. So it's no joke. It's kind of ridiculous, the amount of regen that I have. So it's really sustaining me through a lot of these fights, and then the downtime is just negligible. You know, I can candy the health back. Yeah, I mean, this thing's obviously just like crazy for a shaman, the power that it gives you. So I'm definitely happy with that purchase. I wasn't like super sure at first how it was gonna go, but this is kind of the perfect situation. All the mobs are like densely packed in here, so it does like snare you when you cast it. But that's okay, because I'm only walking like 5 steps to the next mob. And I did find out you can't have a movement, you can't have Spirit of Wolf on when you click it. It says like, I forget what it says, but it blocks it from even hitting you, so you have to click off Spirit of Wolf and then click on the fungal regrowth. So I am considering like looking into maybe getting the Shaman part of the EverQuest is like the boots with the fur. Great name. That's like an instant click Spirit of Wolf. That would be really nice to have with the fungi staff, especially if you're somewhere where like the mobs aren't as close. Then you can just click off fungi, instant click on Spirit of Wolf, or if you need to run away. Obviously has its benefits, so we'll think about that one. But ultimately having a lot of fun here in the Tower of Frozen Shadow. This is a really interesting zone, just the mechanics of it, because there's 7 levels, and in order to progress to the next levels up the tower, you need to get a key. And the key only drops from a random mob spawn that it's not even like a regular spawn where it has like placeholders. Well, I guess everything's a placeholder basically is how it works. When you kill something here, it has a chance to spawn this undead gnoll, and that's the key holder essentially. So I did end up actually getting one, which I'll leave that for later in the video. I just kind of like he was here, so I had to kill him, but you'll see that later. But I haven't progressed up to floor number 2 yet, but I'm interested in doing that just to kind of see what it's about. So every level in the tower is supposed to have sort of like a different set of mobs. So everything on the first floor here is all melee, thankfully, except for the undead gnoll that drops the key. I think he's a shaman. But so everything down here is just melee. I think the second floor might be caster mobs. I can't remember if that's the second or if they wait until the third, but at some point, you know, the mobs sort of just like change with each floor what you're fighting. There's a lot of undead for sure, but I don't think all the floors are undead, so it's a little bit of a mixed bag of like what you're gonna get. Oh, you know what I wanted to start this video out with and I didn't, is I owe a big apology to my pet. At the end of the last video, I just gotten the pet, and I was saying how I'm like, you know, he's okay. He adds some damage or whatever. No, like, I think when I summoned him the first time, I got like the lowest level pet you can get, and he wasn't doing a ton of damage and couldn't take a lot of hits. But I forgot, as a pet class, that you have options to resummon your pet to try and get a higher level one. So that's what I did, and now I don't think this is the highest level. I think the highest level hits for 30. This guy's hitting for 28. But when I did that before, he was murdering things. So I was still at Golra Island. He was doing like 400 to 450 damage per fight, while I was doing like 550 or like 650. So like comparatively, he was doing like 40% of the damage in those fights, which is obviously hugely significant going from no pet to that. So I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to apologize. The pet is freaking awesome. He's got way more HP than I thought. Like, he's kind of a beast and really changes the gameplay here. You know, like I can have him off tank an ad and he does fine with that, or just let him add damage, like do what he does, and he does a great job. So sorry pet, it's a freaking game changer for Shaman, and I apologize. So there it is. Oh, one thing that's interesting about this zone, the keys that drop that let you progress to future floors are not soulbound. So that means that they do not stay on, they don't stay on you when you die. Or I guess they stay on your corpse is the problem. So if you die like up on the 3rd floor and you're solo, when you zone back in, you can't get up to even the 2nd floor because you don't have the keys on you. They're on your corpse. So I guess what you have to do is try and kill mobs until you pop the key holder, which is really insane. Like, you're not going to be able to do that. So it basically comes down to you need to get a res. Like, you need someone up there to res you, or you need a necro to like summon your corpse or something. Yeah, they kind of boned you with that one, so I don't know why they decided to do that, just to make this place even crazier, I guess, but found that to be an interesting little tidbit about this place. Now, who did I slow here? Looks like they're both hitting, so I don't know if I slowed anyone. Alright, let's root this other guy, and then we'll pull the slow guy back. I'm probably being a little extra cautious here, like, honestly, I can face tank some of these pretty decently, but I don't know, with me like talking and stuff, I don't want to screw up and get myself killed. I still have not changed my bind point. I'm still bound in the frickin' swamp. I don't know if I've ever changed it. I must have at some point, but I guess at some point I rebound in the swamp. Um, yeah, I did change it. Where was I before? I can't remember, but I wanted to be somewhere I could gate back and get spells and stuff. So I should probably change this too. There's a vendor outside in Iceclad. I'm sure I'll fill up eventually. I should probably bind there so I can just gate out. But I did pick up my level 39 spells. I wasn't sure how long I'd be here or if I'd find something else to do, so I was like, I'll just be ready for the next line of spells. Um, but at 39, I also get Cannibalized 2, which, as I talked about before, is actually a quest line that you have to do. So I picked up one of the quest items when I was at Goler Island, unknown to me. It's kind of how I realized about it. Just dumb luck. Crushed diamonds are a ground spawn there. And I think there's like 3 other items that I need to get. I can't recall what they are off the top of my head, but um, that might be a little bit of a detour before I get to 39. I'll probably do a video on that process a little bit too. But I figure I'll do that for fun rather than just buying the spell. Something a little different and just kind of enjoying the journey with this shaman, as it were. So there's a couple things like that. I wanted to get Canny 2. I wanted to maybe get the boots with the fur. I'm still sort of debating that one. I don't know how much work that is to do. And then I thought there was something else that I wanted to get to. And now I'm not remembering. But another little, like, detour for the shaman. I've already got the John's Bone Bracer waiting for me for 45. Oh! That's what it was. Yeah, the weapon that I wanted to upgrade to. So I've been talking about that Herbalist Spade, but then I started considering that exquisite Velium Brawl Stick, and I think I remember now why I wasn't going for that originally, because they are super rare. I've had Tunnel Tracker going since I mentioned that, and I haven't seen a single one pop up for sale. So I don't know if that's a little bit of a pipe dream. I don't know why they're so rare. Maybe people that get them just keep them like for their alts because it's a good weapon. I don't know. So I'm hoping one does pop up at some point, but I'm kind of not holding my breath at this point. Still got 5 levels to go anyways, so we'll see what happens. Might be that or the Herbalist Spade, but I'm just not sure at this point. Yeah, so I think... Yeah, what did I say? On this level, it's all the undead. It's the shadow bones and then these shadow beasts, which they call these gnolls. I don't know. I think of like Blackbro gnolls when I think of gnolls, but I guess these guys are just like beefed up, roided out gnolls. So it is what it is. It's fine. But I do have to say this dungeon is pretty wicked. There's a clerk in here that there he is. He's still here. I asked him if he wanted a duo, but he's just sort of camping these mobs up front. There's like 4 undead mobs in this little like hall atrium area. He's just doing like some direct damage, dispel undead stuff. Not sure if he's a little slow to respond too, so he might be doing something else. He did want a duo basically, but also there was another duo, if you want to call it that was here. Are they still here? Nah, they peaced out. So there was a level 31 rogue getting power leveled. I sent him a tell to see if he wanted a group, and he's like, "Oh, I'm paying for a power level right now," which you know how I feel about power levels if you watch some of my other videos. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, if you want to do that, I get it. Like, some people like to skip some of the levels or just make the process a little quicker. It's kind of boring. Maybe they have another reason. They want to level their rogue for the guild or something. I don't know what the reasoning is, but don't do it when you're encroaching on other people's like legit XP spots. So that's just my stance on it. Granted, like, I don't think Tower of Frozen Shadow is a super hot like XP spot, so they probably were doing the right thing by coming here and not like going to some, I don't know, like Unrest or something like that and just pulling the whole zone. So I'm probably giving them more shit than I should, but it looks like they've moved on anyways, so I wasn't sure, honestly, like, what the etiquette was in that standpoint. Like, should I let them do their power level? But then I thought, like, come on, that's a little ridiculous. Like, I'm just gonna kill some mobs if they spawn. They can't camp the whole first floor. Like they can go up if they want. He's got a level 60 druid with him. Like he'll be fine. So I just started killing stuff, and yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Looks like they left anyway. So sorry if that was you and I booted you out, but I don't know. Sorry. I wanted XP too, so we gotta share the zone, I guess. And he probably wasn't getting the most efficient XP with the power level he's paying for while I'm killing stuff, so I can understand he wanted to leave. But there's not a whole lot else to show on this floor, I don't think. You've seen a lot of it as we've kind of poked into the different rooms. There's that like main corridor, and then there's 4 rooms, like 2 off to either side, that kind of split off and have, these mobs in them. Maybe I can pull up a map. But this has been like plenty enough for me. Like I'd love to group with some folks here, but it doesn't seem like it's super popular, like I said. But for me, it's fine with me. I can still kind of just pull most of the floor here and get some good XP. So I'm not mad about it. And it's just been a lot of fun exploring. Alright guys, this is it. The large undead gnoll has spawned. I think he took out my little clerk friend from earlier that was in here. He tipped me off to him being at the entrance here. So this is supposedly the key holder, and we're gonna see if we can take him down here. Hopefully it goes okay. So let's do it. Toss a slow on him here, and it's stuck. Alright. Off to a good start. Oh, he has a pet. Look at that. I didn't buff myself for my pet. Okay, so he's the shaman. Like me. Tossing some nasty direct damage at me. This was a mistake, not buffing going into this. I'm wasting too much time on doing damage. Alright. Let's get this going. At least he's slowed, I guess. We got that. Did I ever turn the sound down? That's wrecking your guys' ears. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly. I do wish I kind of like gone into this a little more prepared. Because he's doing some good damage. Oh, and he blinds too. How wonderful. I mean, I've got good regen going, but not that good a regen. So I guess I'm gonna have to heal myself. This dude is the freaking real deal, man. He does not play around. Alright, I guess I'm gonna save my mana for heals, because this is going a little more south than I thought it would. He's dotting me up. Okay, we're doing okay. We're at 40%, he's at 20. I'm at 40% mana. Still got a few heals in me. Oh yeah, I think we're getting some help, aren't we? I feel like I saw a undead nuke go off. I wonder if that clerk came back. Decided to help me out. Alright. I had a minor, like, panic attack for a second there. I thought we were gonna die, but look at that. We came through it alright. So, this is pretty cool. So I'm actually gonna ask this clerk if he wants the key. Because technically I think it spawned when he killed something, and that's how he got wrecked. Like, I had kind of like heard about that from other people who've done this dungeon, that, you know, if you're going solo here, he pops after a random kill, and you're probably like low on health because you just killed this thing. So like, how are you ever going to take him down when, you know, I'm twinked out and I was full health and mana going in. Granted, I forgot to like buff myself, but he was pretty beefy. Yeah, so anyway, so I mean, it popped on him. He died, so he didn't get the kill, but like, I don't want to steal the key from him if he was like trying to get it. So I just shot him a tell to see if he wants the key or not. So we'll see what he says. I would love to take the key, because I'd love to like go up to the second floor and see what's going on to show you guys that, but you know, I don't want to be a dick, so we'll just wait and see what he wants to do. Oh, this must go to like the second floor, right? Okay, I do have that key. All right, let's check out the second floor. I'm a little nervy, not sure what to expect here. Oh, I need to actually hold the key. Oh, here we are. Second floor. Okay, still blue. I do think these are the caster mobs, though. I have a feeling that I'm gonna get casted on. And I don't know where the entrance, or the exit is, rather. Ugh. I really don't want to, like, double pull my first pull. Let's see if we can sneak around. Okay, I don't like when they cast. Just buffing themselves, it's cool. Let me sneak around here. I do have shrink on. On the lower level it was nice because the doorways were a little tight, but it looks a little silly. Now up here, I look like this tiny little troll. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of double pulls here. Ghostly teacher, ooh, you're white. Alright, what do you guys think? Should we look up what these mobs are real quick? Okay, you guys, I did look up what the mobs are, and I'm glad that I did, because I was just gonna, like, pull these guys and hope for the best, but these librarian and the librarian assistant are both wizards, and I feel like that would have went really bad. They would have just wrecked my ass. So glad I didn't do that. However, every other mob over here appears to be these ghostly scholars, and they are enchanters. I don't know what the students are, but I don't think I can pull them without getting a scholar or a librarian. And the enchanters will charm you and your pet and frick you up that way. So I don't want to be here, I don't think. But I also don't know how to leave. So I've got two ways to go here, I guess. Well, I'm for sure going to get gate up. I could gate. I could go back to the Inithal Swamp and unfortunately have to get a lift back here. Or I could go poking around and see what I can find, if I can find the exit. But that could wind up me dying and being in the swamp anyways, and then having a corpse run. So I guess I'll go go the exploratory route. We'll try and find a way out. I got gate up, and we'll just kind of hope we don't die, but if we get in a tight spot, hopefully I can get a gate off. I don't want to do that either. I have to go back to the swamp, but beats dying, I guess. So I kind of want to go in here, but I know on the other side there were mobs in there. Alright guys, go on this journey with me. I wonder if I can invis. Probably not, because these are undead mobs, most likely. So they're going to see right through invis, but hey guys, I unfortunately botched the recording on this part. I hit stop recording when I thought I was unpausing it, so you didn't get to see me get out of the Tower of Frozen Shadow, which I'm sad about because it was quite the thrilling adventure. I did decide to try and make a run for it. Did not successfully find the exit, and I did get charmed by a bunch of enchanter mobs. And then when the charm wore off, they were beating on me and very nearly killed me. I got a gate off with like, I don't know, 5% health left. So it was a good ending. So unfortunately, didn't get to capture that, and don't really want to recreate that. So that's what happened. Sorry for messing that up. Did y'all miss me? A little bonus content for you here. I realized, I don't know if I just got super lucky on my first run through on Tower of Frozen Shadow, where everything conned blue because they were like the higher end of the mob spawns, or if I just completely misremembered, but I just did another clear of the first floor and all but one mob were green, like 1 out of 20. So yeah, I guess I'm out leveled for the first floor. I didn't realize that, but you know, level 35 is a hell level, guys. I can't be killing greens all day. That's just not gonna work. So I decided to peace out of there. We all saw the second floor. It wasn't gonna happen for me either. That's okay. I remembered seeing some cougars out here out front, so I was like, yeah, let's go see what those guys are up to. So I popped out, see the tower still next to me here, and then I found this nice little fishing village of these Snowfang Gnolls here, which these are actually all conning blue to me. I think these mobs in particular are monks, and then there's a nice group of them down here on the ice floes as well. You can see tons of mobs there. So yeah, I think I might have this be my camp for a little bit here. I have no idea what the Zem zone experience modifier is here in Iceclad. It could be pretty crap, but so far I've killed a couple of these guys, and I'm definitely seeing the XP bar tick a little faster than it was in the tower. Just, yeah, it's no comparison killing blues versus greens, so this is what we're going to do. I think this will be a better route for us. But still, very much recommend the Tower Frozen Shadow. I think it's a pretty cool zone. Maybe, try and get a little group together. I think 3 people, if you had the right comp, could probably do a decent job in there. And I am curious to see what level 3 looks like too. Although I don't know when that's going to happen, since, level 2 was all casters and enchanters to boot that just instantly charmed me. So maybe another day, maybe not. Maybe that'll be a druid video where I can just be level 60 and make my way through there to do a little exploration. But I don't know. We'll see. See what the future holds. You guys let me know if that interests you at all in any way, shape, or form. Alright. Well, we're going to kill some, murder some gnolls here and ruin our faction with these beautiful little peaceful fishing gnolls, but that's alright. It's all in praise of our wonderful and one true god, Inaruk, Prince of Hate. He flows through us all. So, thanks again, signing off again. We'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.